3 minutes, 10 rounds on my period. Baby, stop playing with me.
Touch glove, let's do it.
On Shadaysha Green, I have been told she is cautious, conscious, speaking, breathing, and doing well. So some very positive news to share on Shadaysha Green's condition as we get ready here to start round one of our main event tonight. The Ring, WBA, IBF, and WBO world titles on the line. The champ Alycia Baumgardner in the white, Bo Mi Re Shin in the black. This one scheduled for 10 3-minute rounds. Not the traditional 2-minute rounds. This one fighting equal time as the men, 3-minute rounds here.
Yeah, and we talked about this earlier. A lot of the discussion around 3-minute rounds for women was about how it would produce more knockouts. But when you ask Alycia Baumgardner about 3-minute rounds, what she talks about is the ability to slow things down, to set things up, to make the judges even more aware of her work. So even though you'd think Baumgardner would be one of the beneficiaries of a little more time like that, she thinks of it as a way to better set up her work and better display it.
You know all about the 3-minute rounds, Tam?
Yeah, I do. You know, that's something that I'm very familiar with. I did the 3-minute rounds for nearly a decade.
Shin has shown us throughout her career she's very willing to do that, but Baumgardner is a different kind of puncher.
Baumgardner representing, oh my goodness, good combination there from AB. And a good right hand there. Tries to get in for Bo Mi Re Shin, but right back comes Baumgardner. Baumgardner does a good work there to the body, then finishing that combination up top. Alycia Baumgardner will have held at least one major title for nearly 53 months to this point, making her among the longest active reigning world titleists. And this for Bo Mi Re Shin, getting an opportunity now for a second fight at a world title. This one, though, I think more at her natural weight class.
Definitely.
Where she did fight Caroline Dubois.
Just missing with a massive right hand there.
Baumgardner staying at that mid-distance. Nice 4-punch combination lands for the champion. Nice left hand there. Round 3, almost like a rocket shot across the ring as she is continuing to focus also on punch placement.
Definitely throw somebody off their game. No, for Shin to do something this fight, she got to make it unconventional, that's for sure. Just like she's doing now.
You see Derek James there in the 2-box on the lower left side of your screen. Probably not practicing many of those takedowns in training camp leading up to this fight, but they knew that Bo Mi Re was going to be a physical opponent. And in fact, she's an opponent, as you're starting to see, that can continue to gain momentum and get stronger.
In this round especially, but if Alycia can keep her composure and keep that jab like she was in the first 2 rounds.
Oh, big overhand right connects for Alycia Baumgardner, and Bo Mi Re Shin wears it on the chin. Nice angle.
Nice, yeah, Alicia's got good angles. That's something else that she does very well, and I think people don't talk about.
And a nice uppercut to boot at the 10-second mark.
Yeah, the Rangers play next door, guys.
Yeah, exactly, keep the ice out of the theater, and they pick right back up here for round 4. And even in Shin's corner, they're playing, it's okay, you can take punches, continue to come forward, but you gotta, and a big punch she just took right there. Buckle the legs of Shin. Shin in some trouble now as she tries to hold and actually gets her head slammed against the pad there on the turnbuckle.
That won't be a knockdown, but Shin is not in good condition right now.
There's a lot of time left, 2.5 minutes, and Alicia's got her buckled.
Well, I mean, and on cue, her corner did tell her she can take some punches. I don't think they wanted her to take a shot like that.
No, that was a really nice punch from Alycia.
Yeah, how much do you want to test that hypothesis?
Right? Well, she seems to have recovered somewhat well here. Still 2 whole minutes to work here in round 4. the one that stopped Terry Harper in her tracks and put Alycia Baumgardner on the map, really from that point on. And she is pouring it on here as Shin looks to land a right hand, and there's another one, and right back with a straight counter right hand for Baumgardner.
She's loading up uppercuts here on the inside as well.
Those uppercuts are dangerous from Alycia.
Shin has ever fought a fight with 3-minute rounds, and although she is, as we talked about earlier, the type of fighter that comes on strong middle and late, this is still uncharted territory as far as
training and fighting are two different things.
Wicked uppercut for Baumgardner again. Look at the body shots as well.
And Bo Mi Re Shin just wants to stand there and take these shots. No step back. She continues to come forward despite Alycia Baumgardner landing some hard shots. No quit in her. My goodness, she's taken some solid ones here, Corey.
Yeah, she's walking face forward at one of the most dangerous punchers in women's boxing, and she's taking these shots as well. What did we talk about off the top of the broadcast, Christina? That these two styles, when you put them together, they make for a perfect television fight. Look at how these are blending. And they're both playing their part in this. Yes, Alycia Baumgardner is having a fabulous fight, but it's Shin's courage and willingness that is adding to the entertainment of this fight.
And usually you would say, you know, credit to the matchmakers for making this bout, but Alycia Baumgardner kind of played matchmaker and called her own fate and calling out Bo Mi Re Shin, saying that's the type of opponent that I want to fight to take this to the next level, to kick this thing off on ESPN in the main event. And maybe a little play in the fact that she did fight Caroline Dubois.
I was about to say, maybe there's going to be a little bit of a litmus test. How did I do compared to how did you do?
You're having a good night. You're winning every round, and that's why she works so hard and talks about, you know, being economical. She's taking her time here in round 6 after being halfway through the scheduled 10-round fight. 130 pounds. Junior lightweight division.
Baumgardner starting to step in with uppercuts from time to time, and that is just like that.
Beautiful combination there. She catches one in return from Shin, and Shin's going to do enough to keep you honest, no doubt about it.
Listen, this was right around the time in the fight against Caroline Dubois when things started to get a little sticky for the champ. And I'm not saying that Shin is necessarily winning this round, but this is a more difficult round for Baumgardner here in the 6th.
This is what she wanted. She wanted a slugfest. This is a slugfest as it gets. This is a festival. Come on, it's happening. This is what she wanted.
It's all the things.
Oh yeah, that's what she wanted.
That's right, Tam. What she wanted was to land more shots like that. A nice right hand to the body for Shin, but right back comes Baumgardner, who looks a little bit uncomfortable for the first time, and maybe it's because of big shots like that. Definitely in his promoter role as Bo Mi Re Shin, as you talked about, Tam, having what arguably her best round, probably her best round of the fight, and best finish to a round for sure.
Absolutely. This is what we're seeing right here in the second half of their fight.
Yeah, we're getting right back to that inside fighting festival that you described, Tam. It's the Oceaga of inside fighting. Look at this.
Look, yes.
A festival of uppercuts, 4 of them to start round 7.
So we hear fighters say, I want to fight like this. I want a war. So even though things might be getting more uncomfortable for Alycia Baumgardner, you see the smile on her face as if to say, yeah, look at the entertainment I'm providing. I'm in this.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I'm very curious on how Alycia is going to adapt from this, because I feel like there's a switch. Shin just went right. We're going to fight it out. It's count fight, slug fight, you name it. Oh, yeah, and I've been in that position before. I've been in the position going back to my corner and been like, okay, what do I do? Because clearly I'm running out of breath here, guys. But, again, the good boxers will adapt. And the good boxer will know how to pick up, how to speed up the pace, how to slow it down.
And she just picked her off with an uppercut from the right hand, almost baiting her into that. We talked about Alycia Baumgardner fighting the 12 3-minute rounds in her last fight versus Layla Boudoin, but it
can take some of that momentum that Shin is building away. That's a nice left hook from Shin.
Nice.
She is tough. She also landed a left hand right there on Alycia Baumgardner. Round 8 of this scheduled 10-round World Championship fight. Nice uppercut with the right hand and then down to the body for Baumgardner.
So Baumgardner came out talking to Shin there. See the attitude of Alycia Baumgardner coming out a little bit more. You see him shoving Shin against the ropes.
Excellent point from our resident analyst here tonight, Tam Thibault. She wanted to be fighting tonight. She was going to be fighting tonight.
I think it would even be more, it would be more impressive if she could, you know, really make Shin miss and then make her pay.
Yeah, which Shin's corner has been imploring her to let go of a little bit more. Shin said she was going to make this the worst day of Baumgardner's life.
These ladies have the abilities to do it, right? Whether it's change between speed, change between power, some feints. That would make this fight even more entertaining than it already is.
Short shots on the inside for both fighters as action now comes back to the center of the ring. That's where Shin wants Alycia Baumgardner right there so she can try to land those shots. But Baumgardner punching at the same time as Shin has kind of helped her defense, or her offense, excuse me, become her defense.
Yeah, and I think punching with Shin, if there is a path to genuinely hurting Shin, which has proven nearly impossible for everyone, I think punching with her might be that path like that. That one at least caught Shin off balance.
And even in the losses for Shin, they've all been by decision. One early in her career to a fighter making her pro debut, but the other two to Delphine Persoon and Caroline Dubois, two very, very skilled world champion level fighters, world champions.
She might have won that Persoon fight
and that one too. I mean, she's landing at a 47% accuracy rate on the amount of power shots. She's thrown at 301, connected on 141. Shin has thrown 396, connected on 111.
Yeah, it's astonishing looking at Shin in the corner and the way that she's coming out now. She's been hit with 50% of Baumgardner's power punches. She's been fighting at an extraordinary pace. She says that physical fitness is her religion. She must have been praying at that altar for about 12 straight weeks to be looking like this right now, considering what she's absorbed.
Yeah, these are some hard punches she's taking, and I can't lie. She's one tough cookie. I wouldn't want to take her on the chin like that.
Well, and if there was any question if she was able to go these 3-minute rounds for the distance, she's answered those questions as she still continues to come forward and stalk the champion, throwing an overhand right there that just missed as Baumgardner shoots her right and steps out to her right.
And one of the focuses in the Baumgardner camp, throughout camp with Derek James, was efficiency, eliminating wasted movement. And you see the efficiency in the shots of Baumgardner, being able to see and swim through the chaos that Shin has presented.
Yeah, and it's really nice to see, honestly, because it could have been a much harder fight for Alycia if she had gotten dragged into an all-out war like Shin had wanted.
Really good stuff right here from the champ. Last uppercut tries to get in there while they have the champ hunched over in that crouching position, and they will throw back and forth. Of course they will, to the bell. What a fight. What a main event.
Yeah, that was an exciting fight.
Declaring your winner by unanimous decision,